Hello, everybody. Mike from Southern California again, and you're on the mic. So, on today's episode, I'm going to talk a little bit about some stuff that came out in Vic's Unlocked series yesterday, as reported on by Come Geek Some and Hero Hay. This episode is going to be called Policing the Internet, taken from a portion of Hero Hay's title, as well as something that Victor Vargas has shared about the Unlocked series. So, so apparently, what has happened is somebody sent an email to Vic saying, "Well, why don't you tell your people to stop being so mean?" Like he had, like he has control one over what people think or say. You know, throughout this whole thing, throughout the whole time that this whole thing's been going on with the defamation, with the case, and all that, Vic has been consistently saying one thing, and that is be positive. Don't respond hate for hate. Don't respond negativity for negativity. Be positive and be kind. That has been his one consistent message. Now, granted, there are some of us who back him up who can be a little bit more fiery, like Nick Ricada, like you know, you know. But also, here's the thing too that even I sometimes forget. The I stand with Vic. We like to throw out that hashtag, but I think Tug made a good point recently about how maybe that shouldn't be our hashtag. Maybe it should be more like I stand with due process. Because the thing is that those of us who are supporting Vic in this, the main crust of it is a lot of it is because of the fact he's not getting due process. You know, people are trying to railroad him through social media. And because of that, we have quite a mix of people who are supporting him. We have some who, yes, are legitimately his fans and who are trying to follow through on what he's saying and trying to be positive and trying not to focus so much on the negative. We have some of those people, fans, and some who support him for the reason of, you know, of you know, standing up for due process, who are also Christians. Um, we also have, you know, but then we also have people who are standing with him who aren't Christians, who are are driven more by by their mortal coils. People who you know we do have people in the movement who don't necessarily believe in Vic and the idea of turning the other cheek. I think there are many of us, including some of us who are Christians, who feel that that the people who are doing this to him deserve to burn in hell. Okay, but it vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. You know, we have all these. So to try to expect Vic to sit there and police the internet or police his supporters' behavior is just kind of ridiculous. You know, people are ultimately going to choose what they want to do about it. Just as many on Kick Vic are exercising their right to free speech to defame Vic, even though there's always a possibility that he could end up suing them. people who are standing with Vic have just as much a right to voice support for Vic, to defend him in any and every way possible. Whether that's calling the other side out on their baloney or just trying to spread, a positive word or two. You know, so the whole idea of Vic policing his father, well, I mean, and Vic turned it around too, and I'll turn it around here, and many of us would turn it around here. Well, you're so concerned about Vic policing his supporters. Well, why isn't Kick Vic policing their supporters? You know, you have a number of members of Kick Vic who've come out and said some pretty nasty things, including some who are being sued right now. Does the quote, "I want his head, I want his balls," ring a bell to anybody? That was Jamie Markey. That was Jamie Markey who said that. So you want, he can no more police his supporters than apparently you all can police yours. And you have some pretty, and to KV out there, you have some pretty lame-brained individuals speaking on your behalf. Okay, yeah, some. I'd rather not be talking about these people because there are other people out there who are much more deserving of our attention than the people in Kick Vic. But sometimes, you just have to spotlight this. You have to, highlight the stupidity, as I like to say. So, you know, and I know Comic Crows picked up on that too, highlighting the stupidity. Um, that's all I can really say about it. Just, you can't really expect, you know. But I also did warn everybody that, you know, we're going into appeals now. It's going to get worse before it gets better. You know, Kick Vic will undeniably continue until they're forced to stop. And the only way to force them to stop, legally here is for Vic to win his appeals case and for the TCPA to move forward and for him to win the defamation case and have them pay a significant amount of money. Because that's the only way that's going to deter them from ever trying this again. You know, you know, um, so with that, that's all I got to say on that topic. So let's look at some other more positive stuff here now that we're pretty much done with that portion of it. On this date, today is December the 11th, 2019. So let's take a look at some stuff that's happened. Um, let's take a look at some stuff that's happened over the course of the last, obviously the last 80 years or so of niche culture. Okay, so first off, I'll point out in kind of the anime manga segment of this, on this date in 1952. So happy birthday to Osamu Akimoto, who turned 67 today. Now you're asking me who Osamu Akimoto is? Well, I'm about to tell you. He's a Japanese manga artist who is best known for his work on the long-running series Kochira Katsushika Ku Kameri Koen Mai. Um, Koen Mai Hot Shoe Sujo. So, which has been a continuously published manga, weekly Shonen Jump manga since 1976. Um, so, yeah, he's basically known for his work on that. For those of you who never read that, I know that thing's been continuously running. For some of you older folks who, on this date in 1952, happy birthday to Osamu Okimito. And on this date in 1959 in Texas, um, Danny McShane beat Mr. Moto for the NWA Texas Hardcore Championship. I don't know if it was the Hardcore Championship then. That termed it. That's most likely the Brass Knuckles Champion, but they're saying here Texas Hardcore Championship. Also on this date in 1969, or 1959, sorry, 1959, Fred Blassie. Yes, the same classy Fred Blassie, who Hall of Fame manager for the WWF, WWE. Um, he was a wrestler at one time in his career. He defeated Dick Gunkel for the NWA Southern Heavyweight Championship, the Georgia version of that title, the Georgia version of the Southern Heavyweight Championship. So Danny McShane wins the NWA Texas Hardcore Championship on this date, and then in Georgia, Fred Blassie wins their version of the Southern Heavyweight title on this date in 1959. Then, then on this date in 1969, um, DC Comics released Justice League of America number 78. Um, issue number 78 on this date in 1969. The cover date is February 1970, but the release date was, or on sale date was on this date in 1969, 50 years ago. Couple of significant things. The story is called "The Coming of the Doomstars," and a couple of significant things happened in this story that would continue in the next issue of number 79. First off, it marked the first appearance of the JLA satellite headquarters in the comics world, in Earth 2 comics world. Um, Also, this marked the first Earth 1 appearance of Vigilante. Vigilante, who was of course known throughout the Golden Age, as part of the Seven Soldiers of Victory. This was the debut of his Earth 1 counterpart, um, in JLA number 78. So, with that all being said, let's see. Oh, and one more piece of news here as well. On this date in 1987, Dino Saucers, an American animated television series, would finish its first run syndication, um, on this date in you know on this date in 1987. It ran for basically about half a season here, or ran from September the 4th to this date in 1987. First run, it was eventually syndicated afterwards for a little bit, but on this date in 1987, Dino Saucers would finish its first run syndication. So now, with all that being said, you can check the links below. My Twitter handle will be down there. If you want to contact me directly, you can always DM me or comment on my tweets, retweets, or videos. Um, Also, Also, as you know, I'm promoting a bunch of different dub companies because Funimation is not the only game in town. There are other companies out there you guys can show your support for. Go out and check those series out, and if you like the voice work on there, get some of it. Try to contact your local cons to get those voice actors invited to more cons. Blue Water, you know, Sentai, Ocean, Media Blasters, even out here in LA with Bang Zoom and Viz. There are probably a lot of them out there who would be much more appreciative of your fanfare than the ones that are ones that we currently have on the scene. And also, I'm still promoting Force GoFundMe. As always, guys, never feel like you have to donate. If you if you have the means to, and it's on your heart to do so, please consider donating. If you um, if you have donated already, please consider donating again. As Vic, particularly in Vic's case, because he's obviously he's going through appeals. It's going to get pretty costly as this is going to drag on a bit here. Um, Also, if you can't donate, you can still help out the cause by sharing the link. After all, sharing is caring. After all, um, sharing is caring. After all, and let's see. You never know. Maybe there's maybe somebody in your circle of friends may look at it and see, yeah, something. He is getting the short end of the stick. Maybe I'll give him a hand here. You never know. Doesn't hurt to ask. And if you like this content, please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and hitting, and subscribing and hitting the notification bell for updates. I always look forward to the conversation with you guys. Hope you guys find my videos informative. And until tomorrow, bye.